What's up, everybody? Happy New Year. Welcome to the Appleboys podcast. I'm Josh. I'm here with Cory. What's up, Cory?
Apple New Year to everybody. Hi, I'm Cory.
What's up, Rob?
Hello.
I got Jimmy over here.
Happy Apple New Year.
We appreciate all you guys listening to our podcast into the new year. This is season 2, episode 1, as we move into 2022. And we have so much to be thankful for from 2021. From our humble beginnings, starting the podcast, we have grown our audience exponentially, I would say. And I want to start off the episode by sending a special shout-out thank you to Nate. It's one of our 2 new Patreon subscribers. Thank you so much, Nate.
Thank you, Nate.
We really, really appreciate you.
Thank you, Nate.
Also appreciate you buying us beers from time to time at Applebee's. It's unnecessary, but very, very appreciated. So thank you for that. Then we also have a friend in Singapore, goes by the screen name Seaburn, who subscribed to our podcast as well.
Applebee's or Appleboy is going international.
That's right.
Very international.
For sure.
So thank you to Seaburn as well. We really appreciate you.
Call us Mr. Worldwide.
So I thought it might be cool to throw some stats your guys' way so that you can kind of see where we've come from and where we've gone to with this podcast this year. So our first episode was published. Do you guys remember the date?
No.
No.
You remember the month?
September?
That's close.
August?
Yeah,
I
August
think it was
30th.
August, yeah.
Okay.
So I think it was September, but obviously August. Okay.
Yeah, the last day of August. So we published our first episode on August 30th. And since that time, across most of the major podcast streaming services like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, things like that, we have 359 plays. And then on YouTube, we have gained 6 subscribers who have listened to 27 and a half hours worth of our content. And then, of course, we have 4 Patreon subscribers, and probably across those 4 subscribers, roughly 30, 40, 50 listens as well. So
thank you, everyone.
really, really cool to have basically 500 listens to our podcast from, 30, 40 people. And, obviously some of that is us listening to our own podcast to see how it sounds, but some of it's people that we didn't know before the podcast. So it's pretty neat to be able to meet new people in this way in a lot of ways, and look forward to this year being able to engage our audience in new and different ways and grow that even further. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight is I wanted to ask if you guys have any thoughts on what you'd like to accomplish through the Appleboys podcast in 2022. Like, do you guys have any goals for this year for the podcast specifically?
I'd like to solve world hunger.
Okay, that's very realistic and definitely
You're so humble.
definitely something we can work on.
I want at least 15% of America to try the forbidden technique.
Okay.
Also very humble. Yeah.
Is that 15% of American men or just 15% of America?
Unless you can I don't know. Yeah, 15% of American men. Otherwise, you're going to have some real issues trying to do it the women way.
So
I don't know how to do that.
For context, the forbidden technique is in a Patreon exclusive episode. So if you haven't checked that out, it's a good time to check it out.
I was actually just about to mention that. That's a good point, Jimmy. I've had a couple of people who I know listen to the podcast and that we've talked to in person talk about just having to overcome lack of knowledge of technology and things like that. They want to subscribe to Patreon, but they don't really know how. If you're on a computer, it's pretty easy. You just go to patreon.com/Appleboys. That's patreon.com/Appleboys in your web browser. You'll create a new account and you'll choose which membership tier you'd like to subscribe to. So all of the membership tiers get access to all of the actual bonus content. The upper tiers just add extra Discord benefits. You get a private channel. You get to request topics with priority, and really it's just a way for you to show that you support us in a financially larger way. So we appreciate
we love you either way.
Yeah, we appreciate anybody who wants to subscribe, but the regular tier is $5 per month, the VIP tier is $25 per month, and then we have this limited 10 out of 10 founder tier that we don't expect anyone to ever subscribe to, that's $100 a month. But if you subscribe to that, Rob will do the forbidden technique on you.
That's true.
So that's something to look forward to. But
Is
if
We're just assuming they're male, so
no, he'll figure it out either way.
That's true. Also, you do qualify for the forbidden NFT if you do hit the founder edition.
That's a work in progress. But if you are not on your computer web browser, as I know many of you listen to podcasts on your phones or tablets on your way to and from work, Patreon also has a free app that you can download from Google Play Store or the Apple Store. And so you would just search for Patreon in the App Store, download the free app, create an account, search for Appleboys, and subscribe that way. So works the same way. We always post our new episodes first on Patreon. Normally for public episodes, there's only a difference of anywhere from an hour or two to at most a day between when it's posted on Patreon versus when it's posted on Spotify, anything else like that. But Patreon also allows us to upload a higher quality file. So the audio quality is typically better on Patreon as well. And we're able to add a little bit of extra content whenever we upload the description of the episode. So if there are any visual aids like pictures and things like that, we can put those on Patreon as well. So this is not an episode all about how to subscribe to Patreon, but some people have asked, and that is how you get access to the bonus content. And to Rob and Jimmy's point, the Forbidden Technique episode is must-see TV. Like, you got to listen to that thing. It's hilarious.
It's a lot. It's very good, though.
For those who, like, can't read between the lines and don't know what we're talking about, it's how Rob learned to masturbate with a very, very unique technique.
And I was coerced into doing this. I did not really want to do this episode, but it really is a masterclass in interviewing techniques by Josh. So must listen for that alone.
I really think that I had very little to do with that coming up in this episode. I really think it was Cory who made it happen. So thank you, Cory.
You're welcome. It was my grievance that that story hadn't been told.
And it was a good grievance to have because
It was.
Like we talked about doing this podcast for probably a year or year and a half before we ever really made it happen. But one of the stories that was a catalyst for us knowing that we needed to be able to share our hilarious nights with the world was the night we were all sitting at Applebee's and you first told us that story. Cory was reminiscing about that the other night, and I can't remember a time when we all laughed so hard. Just the first time we heard that, we all died, and now we're back.
I think it's between that and the Kroger night.
The Kroger night was also an all-timer. Man, we've had some real good nights at Applebee's, and here's to many, many more. So cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Praise be Applebee's.
All right. Hang on.
Hello.
You just said praise be Applebee's, and I got a bone to pick with our unofficial second sponsor, Applebee's. Like, they are not in my good graces right now.
Uh-oh.
What's happened?
I may or may not have bought an Applebee's NFT
What?
last week.
You bought an Applebee's NFT?
You knew that. I posted it on Twitter. I texted you guys about it. Yeah.
Yep.
So Applebee's in the month of December was running these Metaverse Monday meals, where they sold 3 different NFTs, and it was kind of a shit show. And I knew that. So the first one that went out, the artist was supposed to put it on auction and accidentally listed it as buy it now. And it sold for $30, and it was like a year of boneless wings was included
incredible.
with it. So the first one sold for $30 like immediately after it got posted, which was
my God.
wild. And then the second week, I actually meant to bid on the second week, but something happened. I was busy at work, whatever. It was like Christmas week or maybe the week before as we were leading up to Christmas. And anyway, I didn't get a chance to bid on that one. So the third one was going to be the last one of the year, and it was a Bourbon Street steak NFT. And it's really funny that this is the one that I bought because the steak has mushrooms on it in the picture, and it has mashed potatoes, both of which I just fucking hate.
You hate mashed potatoes? I
Yeah,
think we might have been over this, but
I was about to
because
say,
of
I
the
think
skins.
we've more or less firmly established that Josh is maybe the pickiest eater that you'll know as an adult.
mashed potatoes are just heavenly, though.
Well, so hang on. I like baked potatoes. I like French fries. Mashed potatoes specifically create like a chemical reaction in my brain, I think, because when I was a kid, my dad forced me to eat mashed potatoes, and I really, really didn't want to. And he like held me down on the table and like shoveled
Oh
them
my
in my mouth.
God, you have mashed potato trauma.
Yeah, I have mashed potato PTSD, and I threw up all over the kitchen table and all over my dad. And
Oh,
I remember my mom yelling at my dad, like, "You see what you did?" And I still don't eat mashed potatoes to this
your
day.
relationship with mashed potatoes
Jesus.
is my same relationship with Fireball.
Your
Fireball.
dad held you down on the table and put Fireball in your mouth? What's
No. I
Who's
just have
your
an
mom?
aversion to Fireball.
Oh, well,
That-
that doesn't sound the same to me. But I mean, did you?
I mean, they're adjacent.
Yeah. So did somebody make you drink Fireball against your will? Or you just drank so much of it that like now
I was
when you
heavily
taste it-
influenced to drink it, and everyone else around me kept drinking it. And this was like my maybe second time drinking ever. And I had like maybe 5 or 6 shots of Fireball. Very bad time. Haven't had it since.
That sounds rough.
Sounds like it.
All right. So
Derailed, sorry.
yeah, no, it's my fault because I was talking about the mashed potatoes and the mushrooms and stuff. So anyway, I don't even eat the stuff that's pictured here except for the steak. But basically the premise is it's a one-of-one NFT. So you're the only person who owns it unless you decide to sell it, right? And part of the promotion that they're running is they're trying to get people interested in this particular one. If you win the auction, you get a free year of Bourbon Street steak. Now, I read the terms and conditions, and it seems like they don't actually make you get Bourbon Street steak. Seems like they give you the gift card equivalent of 1 Bourbon Street steak per week for a year for 52 weeks.
Wow.
And Bourbon Street steak on the menu is like $1,600. $16. Sorry, it would be great if it was $1,600. Bourbon Street
One
steak
per week
is
is 52.
$16 a week. So
I'm
the gift-
retiring.
the gift card was going to be like $1,500 to $1,600, right? And so for me, I looked at it as I'm just going to prepay my bar tab for the next like year and a half,
Sure.
2 years, whatever. So in my mind, I had committed to a hard cap of like $1,400, $1,500. Not going to bid past that, but up until that point, I'm going to get this thing. So I bid on it, and with less than an hour to go, there were very few bids on this thing, and it was at $650, and it looked like I was going to get a really, really good deal. And this guy swoops in at the end, and he starts bidding, and during the last 15 minutes, if a bid happens, it extends the timer by 15 minutes. So this guy came in at the very end, and we had a little bidding war, and he bid it to $1,100. And the minimum increase is 10%. So I could have bid to $1,210 or whatever. But I wanted to send a message that I'm going to win this thing. And I was close enough to where I bid $1,337, which for those of you who are computer geeks, that's elite. For the rest of my life, I will regret, because you could bid cents as well. I had the opportunity to bid $1,337 and 69 cents. And
You messed up.
as
Tragedy.
soon as I clicked place bid, I was like, fuck.
Yep.
And
that's something that'll keep you up at night.
yeah. And then I also realized that by bidding where I did, if he were to have bid again, I would also miss my chance to bid $1,420 and 69 cents. So just a lot of emotions swirling through my head. But anyway, the auction ended and I won it at $1,337. And so I'd already put my debit card on file with the company that was doing the thing. They went to process the payment, and my bank flagged it as fraud.
Of course.
Because, like, I guess they don't think spending $1,337 on a JPEG is like a normal thing.
That's reasonable.
True.
So I called the bank. They told me
Plebes.
they took the hold off, and I should try it again. I did that. And anyway, long story short, 3 different times I tried, and 3 different times they flagged it as fraud. And then when they finally got it cleared up, I talked to a supervisor. They said, you're 100% good to go. Apparently, they had pending charges for all the ones that they had flagged as fraud, which had put me over my daily spending limit because it's a debit card. And so now I'm contacting the platform that sold the NFT, and I'm like, hey, guys, I promise I have the money for this. I'm going to pay you. My bank screwed up. I'm working with them, but I got to wait for this daily limit to reset. So I guess my bank daily limit resets at 4:30 p.m. every day, which seems weird. I would have thought it would have been midnight.
Yeah.
But after 4:30 p.m. rolls around, I finally get my payment to go through, and I get my JPEG, right? So now I have gotten ownership of my NFT.
Incredible.
And
I like how originally you call it a JPEG, though.
Yeah.
Self-aware, at least.
This one is definitely a JPEG. Like, just right-click, save, no problem. In fact, so one of the things we've talked about, and I almost didn't bid on it because of this. So I want you guys to know I did this research in advance, and I knew what I was doing, but The only thing that kept me in this thing was the gift card. Right. If it hadn't been for that, I would have maybe spent $200 or $300 tops, and then even that would have been questionable.
Sure.
But NFTs are stored on the blockchain, right? We've established this.
Correct.
But
it's like a meme at this point.
Yeah.
We've gone over it ad nauseum.
Yeah.
Yes.
But this company that Applebee's is using to distribute their NFTs has their own proprietary blockchain.
Oh no.
And it's not decentralized. They have full control over their blockchain. So
what's the point?
There's not a point. So this is like the antithesis of everything that the crypto community and NFTs are all about, because basically these people have their own server that they're calling a blockchain.
Oh my God.
And they're storing it on their server, and they have full control over it.
Yeah, I was starting to think like you bought it with a bank account rather than buying it with like Ethereum.
Yeah. And like you can't buy it with Ethereum. You could have bought it with, the only crypto they accept is USDC, which is the US dollar coin, which
so
is
dumb.
Tied dollar for dollar to the US dollar fiat.
Yeah.
So it's truly not an NFT the way all the other NFTs are.
They sound like a crypto company that doesn't believe in crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
It's very corporate crypto.
So they have a roadmap where they are planning to take their blockchain and eventually decentralize it. I don't know how that works.
Allegedly.
But
yeah, allegedly.
Again,
the gift card's worth it.
The gift card, right?
The gift card's worth it.
And also, all right, so I'll get more into the other part of it in just a minute.
Okay.
But so I get an email with instructions on how to get my NFT. Do you guys know what it was? I don't think I've told you guys this.
Is it right click save?
It's a link to a shared Google Docs drive.
No.
And you go in and you literally right click save the JPEG.
Oh.
No.
That's like, I thought you were going to say it was like an Imgur link.
No.
Which is like almost worse.
It's a Google Drive thing. And I mean, it's almost a meme of itself. It's so funny. And then in addition to the JPEG, there's a PDF with instructions on how to claim the rest of your prize. And it says, DM the Applebee's Twitter account with your name, date of birth, and the username on this website.
What?
That's incredible as well.
So I was like, okay. So let me read the DM I sent to Applebee's, and I'm gonna leave out some of the critical details here. So I said, "Hi there. I won the auction for the third Metaverse Meals NFT. Instructions said to DM you on Twitter for next steps. My name is blah 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 blah. Also, it would mean the world if you could throw us a follow here on Twitter. Just changed our banner picture to the NFT. We're trying to build our audience and are big supporters of Applebee's." It's very positive, very enthusiastic.
Oh, yeah.
Sent this at 4:39 p.m. on this past Wednesday.
No reply?
No reply.
Oh, my God.
Damn.
They have tweeted several times since
They
then.
have, yeah.
So I know that they're active on Twitter.
I was taking a look at that because I looked when like you bought it and posted the tweet, and then I was checking Applebee's Twitter like, come on, they can tweet us out.
They haven't engaged with us at all. They haven't liked our tweet. They haven't retweeted. I've responded in some of their Twitter threads, and they haven't engaged us at all. So today, I sent them a follow-up message. I said, "Hello, just wanted to follow up on the message I sent you last year."
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Haha, 2022 joke.
Yeah.
No response. So I'm pretty sure I got fleeced by Applebee's.
Well, that's a problem.
It wouldn't be the first time.
I bought a fake NFT from a fake blockchain. I paid $1,400 for it. And
with nothing to show but a JPEG.
and it's not even a good JPEG.
It's not.
No offense to the artist. Like it's fine.
Like if I was an artist and I was commissioned to draw steak, mashed potatoes, and mushrooms, it's pretty good.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's no bored monkey, but
Sure.
Shout out to the artist, by the way, Vasya Kolotusha. Hope I got your name right. Apologies if I didn't. Side note, I Googled Bourbon Street Steak NFT without anything else going on.
Yeah.
And the first thing that comes up is Saudi Arabian Twitter, like the Applebee's account for it. And that just really made me laugh. I like that a lot.
Are we linked to that at all? Did we come up at all?
No. Just the NFT itself.
no, not the owner of the one of one NFT. That doesn't come up at all.
All right. Well, we're fucked.
I am genuinely surprised that they didn't like reply at all. Like, hey, this NFT sold for this much money on their main Twitter account, because that you would think you'd want to advertise that because it's a big deal.
Agreed.
I think it's pretty surprising that they weren't like, wait a minute, you bought a fake NFT? We didn't support this at all. If they didn't, because like if they're fleecing you, they should at least tell you you're getting fleeced.
Right, but
Like if you're going to fuck me, at least tell me you're going to fuck me.
at least look me in the eyes when you do
Yeah,
it.
seriously. Buy me a drink and then say, look here, Sonny Jim.
The thing is, I got to it through the Applebee's official Twitter account. So, like, it kind of has to be real, right?
That would lend to truth in the statement, yes.
All right. Well, as you guys know, I am more than willing to write letters to Applebee's corporate for as long as it takes to get results.
It's
So
true.
If legal action is required, then so be it.
I'm reading the comments on the Instagram post about this Applebee's NFT.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Instagram's wild.
Is everyone just shitting all over it?
So the first one that really stood out to me says, I don't patronize authoritarian establishments. Good luck going out of business.
Whoa.
Then a bunch of clown emojis and then a bunch of American flag emojis.
That's awesome.
MAGA.
Did you know that Applebee's has, like, at every restaurant, veteran parking?
They
Yeah.
do.
Somebody drank one too many dollar margaritas and got thrown out.
That was
For
me.
sure. Yeah.
That was probably me.
That's Josh's alt account. His trolling account.
Well, as Cory peruses the Insta comments, we were talking about like some of the goals for 2022 and stats from last year and things like that. And for me personally, what I'd like to see is every quarter of the year our audience doubles from the previous quarter. So we've basically been through a quarter. We have roughly 30 to 35 people listening. So by the time we get to the end of March, I'd love to see us at like roughly, 60 to 70 people listening. Then middle of the year, maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of 120, 240 by the time we started. So by the 1 year anniversary, and then 500 by 2023. Let's go.
Josh, you said a magic number in there. Do you know what it was?
Nope.
It was 240.
Why is that magic?
Edward 40 hands.
Nice. That is one of our plans for 2022, to drive engagement and also to have a great time. So sometime in the next 1 to 2 weeks, we have a case of 40-ounce Miller Lights coming. We've secured it through a friend, and we are going to each duct tape cold Miller Lite 40s to our hands.
I will not be participating. I will be videoing this.
Well, you're going to participate. You're just not going to be drinking.
It's true.
So
I can't do that, or I would probably die.
probably so.
Jimmy might do Edward Tallboy hands.
Yeah, I can do that.
Well, you got to be the
Yeah.
duct tape guy too, though.
I do have to duct tape you guys and then video it. That
No.
sounds bad.
We can have,
We'll let Jimmy do a private Edward Tallboy hands after we finish Edward 40 hands.
Yes.
Just
And-
no podcast. You three are just watching me.
Yeah.
Just do that by myself.
Where's
Yeah.
going to be like, drink, monkey.
Fuck.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring one of my kids' like little tables with the little tiny chairs.
Can you duct tape sippy cups full of Miller Lite to my
Oh,
hands?
that's a good idea. Yeah,
Do you have Tallboy sippy cups?
I do.
Sippy cup is
That's
an
great.
awesome term.
It is,
It really is.
and it's very apropos.
Yep.
For our listeners, what does that mean, Josh?
It means that the name suits what it does.
Is it just short for appropriate? Or is there like a different origin?
When I said for our listeners, I was just asking for
I don't know,
myself.
linguistics expert Rob. What is it?
I don't know.
Apropos is a preposition meaning with reference to or concerning, and as an adjective, it's very appropriate to a particular situation. For example, the composer's reference to Child's Play is apropos. Can you spell apropos for me?
APROPRO.
APROPOS.
Oh. It's like French or some shit.
I found out why people are so angry at Applebee's.
Why?
Because apparently in New York City, where you have to it's required to show proof of vaccination to be served at certain establishments. Apparently the Applebee's there is one of those. And they forcibly removed a 5-year-old and his mother because they were unvaccinated and would not produce papers showing that they were vaccinated.
Oh no.
And they refused to leave. And then they ended up calling like the police to get them out.
That's rough.
So everyone real mad.
I'm not even going to pick a side there. That one's pretty rough.
It really
'Cause
kind of
I don't have the
is.
context.
So specifically, they're saying like, "How dare you refuse to give water to a 5-year-old?" So yeah, I guess that was the straw that broke the camel's back there.
Got it.
Hey, mother and child, get fucked.
We were talking about this earlier. Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.
So I think based on what you're saying that you and I might be on the same side of this one, Rob.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think Jimmy and Cory might be on the opposite side, but no. If there's a mandate in place, like no exceptions, do what you're supposed to do.
Right. If you don't want to follow the mandate, then don't go there.
Exactly.
Right.
Like I'm in agreement.
No one's forcing you to go to Applebee's.
Correct. As someone who works for a company that has done similar things,
Yeah.
I'm not choosing those rules. Those are the rules that the company has set forth.
Correct.
I don't disagree with you about your stance on it. I'm just saying if you want to come here, you must follow these rules.
Correct.
There's
No
a
shirt,
whole,
no shoes, no service.
whole
Our
bunch
constitutional rights, buddy.
whole bunch of fascists and Nazis and all those kinds of comments in here.
All right. Well, the only thing I'm upset about in this entire situation is the fact that I haven't gotten my fucking gift card yet. So
True.
They've also made
You have to get the
zero
gift card
mention-
through the DM. Is that correct?
I don't know how you get it because I haven't gotten a
Ah.
single response from Applebee's. All I've gotten is this link to a Google Doc.
You just
and a
flashed
JPEG.
the JPEG at your local Applebee's bartender.
I tried that, and my local bartender had never heard of it, and he was very surprised that I spent that much money.
Okay, so
That's incredible.
scenario here. Worst case scenario, you don't get your gift card. Do we pivot from Applebee's as a company?
To fucking what?
That's what I'm saying.
Chili's?
Probably not Chili's.
Chili's baby back ribs.
We're rebranding to Chili Boys.
Chili's baby back ribs.
A barbecue sauce.
Is that a real thing we could do though? Like, would you be
No.
that upset that you
No,
spent
listen.
$1,400 and didn't get a gift card? So we change our everything.
Listen, Applebee's, I know that someone from your company is listening right now, so I'm legally required to tell you, like, earmuffs on. You can't, like, for the next 5 minutes, don't listen to what I'm about to say. Applebee's fucking sucks, man. Like, the food is terrible. Hang on. The food is terrible. The beer is terrible. It's never properly pressurized. I'm pretty sure they water it down. I can get drunk way faster at almost anywhere else drinking the same amount of beer because I'm pretty sure Applebee's like mixes like a 10% or 20% water with their beer or something. Like it's not good food. It's not good beer, but damn it, it's home. Like I've been going there for so long and I've developed so many great relationships with friends at the bar, with the bartender, with just the establishment. It just brings me feelings of comfort. So it's not about corporate Applebee's. Like we could have left Applebee's whenever they got rid of the Maple Butter Blondie. And to be fair, around that time we did sort of take a break, started looking into other places, and we were men about town.
You boycotted Applebee's for like 4 months.
Yeah, I did. And I'll freely
Wow.
admit that. And I came back. And it's not because the food was great. It's not because the beer was great. It's because the people are great.
That's true.
And whether or not Applebee's chooses to honor their word and give me my money is not
Bitch
going to
better have
affect
my
whether I go there or not. Like I'm
Okay.
going to continue to go there, but I'm not just going to roll over on this gift card.
Okay.
Like that ain't happening.
Remember the time that we finally went back to Applebee's after our short boycott,
I do remember that.
and our bartender was pouring us our pitchers, and as per usual, it was more than half foam on the first go.
It was sputtering.
And he looked us dead in the eyes. He said, "I never said it was good, but damn it, it's home."
That's right.
And nothing has ring truer.
That's true. And that's where we're at with this whole Applebee's thing. But
So if like 6 months from now you still don't have it, I'm really excited for us to sit down at Applebee's one day and you're like, Jimmy, we have an idea. I need you to video us going to Applebee's headquarters and protesting for this gift card.
Hey, Jimmy,
Here, Rob.
why were we in Atlanta?
Well, about 2 months ago, bought tickets to see Disclosure on New Year's Eve. They are a pretty poppy electronic group, very house inspired, but really fun. They just throw down. It's a really good time.
Sounds like it would be a good way to ring in 2022.
It certainly was. Yeah. Speaking of ringing in 2022, today was great. It was very warm outside, and it just felt Felt very nice. It did not feel like January today
Thank you, Bitcoin.
for warming the earth. Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got there. Climate.
Yeah. But no, it was
Environmental comedy.
I want to swing. I want to swing back to that at some point. I want to.
Oh God.
I want to. I want to talk about NFTs for a second and how I think mine and Rob's opinion has changed since the deep dive episode.
Okay.
And you're probably gonna be happy, partially.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway.
Sorry, you were telling a story about Atlanta, and I made a Bitcoin joke.
I liked it.
Yeah. So in general, I had a great time. I'm very used to like big crowds, especially EDM people, EDM bros being annoying. I just kind of ignore it at this point because I'm very used to it.
Plur bra.
Yeah, indeed.
EDM crowds fucking suck.
Yeah, Rob, on the other hand, I guess a little older and just can't vibe with them.
I'm a tall guy. I stand proudly at about 6'4".
Yeah, I think people are pissed off about that. I think that's part of your problem because people will get behind you and they're like, what the fuck? I paid $30 to see this artist and this giant asshole's in front of me.
Yeah, so I got that feeling because I kept getting like shoved and pushed and like people were...
Yeah, you're just live texting our group about it.
Yeah, I almost hit a man. I was pissed.
I was at the very front and Rob was like right behind me. And gradually, Rob started just disappearing.
Yeah, I was right behind Jimmy, and we were probably like we were literally one person back from the front.
Yeah, I was
So,
second row. It was
yeah.
great.
So really great positioning, center stage for the opener. And these smaller people, not little people, but smaller people.
Did they gang up on you?
They kind of did, man, because they come in fucking packs.
So it was like a 50 duck-sized horses situation.
Kind of, yeah. It was like 6 or 7 people all of a sudden are like kind of like tapping me, and then just coming through, and I'm like, oh, okay, they're just passing by. Nope, they just stand right in fucking front of me.
That's my favorite shit when they tap on your shoulder and they're like, excuse me, and I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead and find your friends, and they just stand in front of me. That happened to me yesterday, and I decided to like vape in their face. I just openly just blew that shit right into them, and they eventually moved. It was great.
But yeah, a bunch of little people and smaller people, sorry. But in addition to that, there's like a couple people that were not quite my size, but, similar stature, just straight up pushing me into people. And like I had to there was one occasion where this dude next to me was really, really cool. And I like had to like grab onto him to stop myself from falling down. Like I got pushed hard. And he's like, bro, what the fuck? And I'm like, sorry, it's this asshole. And he like pushes him, and we had a great time. But seriously, I'm like hyper considerate at these types of shows because
Right.
I don't want to be that guy. Like I don't want to get in your way, but also like if you just like tap me and like, get me out of the way or like say something to me, I'll move.
Right.
But like if you're just going to be like a dick about it, I'm going to be a dick back. Like I'm going to stand tall and proud, unmoving.
Exactly.
And you can get fucked.
Yeah, I think my favorite one of these experiences was I was at 3 Points in Miami, circling back to that. And we were seeing Wu-Tang Clan. And there was this girl that had like all the Wu-Tang garb on. She had like her pants, shirt, socks, everything was Wu-Tang Clan. So she was very excited, of course. But she didn't get there quite in time to get to the front. So she decided she was going to be at the front no matter what the cost was. And so she was like right next to me. I was like second row yet again. So it wasn't quite on the rail, but she was going to be on the rail. That was her goal. I let her know that she was not going to get to the rail through me because I didn't want to be near that. So she got about 2 people to the right, and it was these 2 like pretty big dudes. So I don't know why she chose that as the path, but one of the dudes picked her up and moved her. And
that's incredible.
And
I'm gonna start doing that.
And she starts screaming, and like she has her like hands up, like pointing at the guy, like, "Hey, he like assaulted me," and all this stuff. And everyone around her is like, "No, fuck you! Like, get the fuck back!" And all the security guards are like, "Nope, not touching that."
That's awesome.
I mean, that's what I'm gonna start doing. Just here you go, transporter.
Speaking
So-
of Wu-Tang Clan, that was a great show.
I can only imagine Rest in peace, ODB.
R.I.P.
Speaking of
R.I.P.
ODB, there's a guy on our Discord who goes by Old Dirty Bastard, ODB, and he is not yet a Patreon subscriber, but he did boost our Discord. So shout out ODB.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Did you guys know that ODB is Wiz Khalifa's dad?
No, is that real?
Not at all.
I'm about to say, he's like Snoop Dogg's nephew or something, though, I think, like actually.
No. I don't know if that's real. Everyone is Snoop Dogg's nephew. But,
No, but like actually.
Oh, maybe. But I just want to, well, I mean, that makes,
What's
Snoop
up, nephew?
and ODB brothers.
From another mother?
Yep.
What does boosting the Discord do?
If we get to 16 boosts or more, we get to level 3. That gives us a custom vanity invite link. So instead of like all the random letters, it'll be
Discord.gg/Appleboys.
Appleboys or something like that.
Nice.
It also increases our audio quality to like 368 kilobits per second from
Ooh,
like
lossless boys.
240 or something.
Nice.
And it increases the maximum file size upload limit to 100 megabytes
Sweet.
for all users.
Mm.
It also gives us more emoji slots and sticker slots
I like that.
for our custom emojis.
Neat. So kind of going back to how crowds can be assholes.
Yeah.
It's not exclusive to the EDM or Wu-Tang community.
Truth.
I went to go see a Coheed and Cambria concert in Florida.
Can't imagine that crowd in Florida is a good time.
It certainly is, and especially when it's at an outdoor bar in like fucking July.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I really hate Florida weather. It's awful.
Yeah.
Which also, you saying that, man, it was great today, it was not. Way too fucking hot for January.
Yeah, it's super warm.
So I went to this concert with like 5 of my friends, and we get pretty decent positioning. They way oversold this venue by like a lot.
That shit sucks. I
And
hate
like Coheed and
overselling.
Cambria is like pretty popular, but they're not like insane popular. It's like they can typically play a smaller venue and like it's still a really good time.
Yeah.
And then likewise, they'll sell out an amphitheater. Like they're
Right.
one of those kinds of bands. But this was not an amphitheater. Like I said, it's an outdoor bar in the panhandle of Florida, and real crowded. So the crowd is already a little on the agitated side because everyone's too close to each other and it's hot. And it's like 104 degrees outside with like 96% humidity or some shit.
God.
And me and my friends, we carved out our own little space where we had this giant wooden pole support kind of thing.
Nice.
And that was like our home tree, if you will. It's like one of us went to go get a drink, like,
Yeah.
just come back to home tree. We'll be here.
That's important.
Yeah. People right in front of us, there was specifically one couple that was like fucking shit hammered drunk. Like
Sure.
just, they were having a good time. Good for them, right?
Yeah, generally it shows like that. There's like one side of you that has someone that's really fucked up.
Generally. This time happened to be directly in front, like right in front of me.
That's the worst. Because
Which
then when you're like
was-
watching the show, all you can do is pay attention to them because they're like being weird.
Yeah, so they're like gyrating.
Right. Oscillating, if you will.
Yeah. So
Saw Josh going in for that one.
there was a point in time, like I was dealing with it a lot, right? And like they kept getting drinks and just getting worse and worse and worse. And like the dude's girlfriend is not having a good time. And she is like falling over drunk and
Oh,
is
no.
like kind of asking him to leave the crowd because she
Yeah.
might throw up and stuff.
Right.
And he's like, no, baby, it's fine. We got a great spot here. It's going to be amazing. Claudio's going to come out and he's going to be like, immediately. It's going to be incredible. And
It's like that meme where like the guy's whispering in his girlfriend's ear and she totally doesn't care and she's just
yeah, kind of
over
just
it.
doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
I imagine it as when you looked at your fiance and you're like, lock that shit up.
Kind of. But that was not nearly as crowded, to be fair. But he like is holding her from the back and they just start like rocking back and forth
Oh
and stuff,
no.
right?
He's shaking what's inside her.
Kind of.
It's not a good
But
time.
what the problem was is that then they started like circling backwards.
Oh.
And like he came like a gnat's ass away from headbutting me like right in my mouth.
Ooh.
And I was like, man, I've fucking had enough. And I just like pushed the dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, back the fuck up.
Hell
My
yeah.
God. And he turned around and he's like, hey man, we got a problem? I was like, no, we aren't going to have a problem if you don't try and fucking headbutt me. And then like he starts talking to his friend and stuff. He's like, hey man, these guys behind me, man, they got a problem with us, blah, blah, blah. I need to know if they're going to start some shit. You got my back. And then like his friend turns around and looks at my friend Kyle, who I went to the show with.
Kyle, a big boy.
Kyle is not, but Kyle works out.
Okay.
Like Kyle's kind of like one of your friends.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
like he doesn't look like he would be stacked like that, but is,
Right.
you know? And Kyle's that way. And he looks at the guy and goes, "There's 5 of us." And just like stares him dead in his soul. And the guy
Incredible.
goes, "Hey man, maybe you should take your girl to the bar."
I like that.
Bitch.
So what's even worse, what like the cap on this story is that he's like stalwart in his conviction. He's like, "I'm not fucking leaving."
Oh, I love that.
So the friend takes the dude's girlfriend to the bar, and the guy's
Oh my
just like
God.
standing there, just like, "Not leaving. I got a great spot. This is gonna
fuck
be
that
great.
guy.
I love Coheed and Cambria." And like he's like looking back at us, like, "Fucking not leaving." And then like 2 or 3 songs into the set, he's like, "I need to go check on my girlfriend." And, like, it starts like pushing his way through the crowd, like, excuse me. So
Good job, Corey.
thank you.
I'm proud of you for standing up for
So
yourself.
Lock that shit
eventually,
down.
eventually everyone actually was like, "Thank you for doing something." They were the problem.
Hell yeah.
So I felt like a good Samaritan at that
Hey, you're a
concert.
hero, man.
Love it. So you're talking about that girlfriend getting super drunk.
So drunk.
You know what that made me think of?
Josh at Applebee's
No,
at any given Saturday night.
no, I don't get drunk at Applebee's.
Yeah, who would do that?
What are you talking about?
Get out of here. We're responsible.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Sorry.
No. So, did you guys ever read Harry Potter growing up?
Occasionally.
I think we've talked about Harry Potter on the podcast before. I think you called him an asshole, right?
Harry Potter is an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about Harry Potter today.
Yeah. So I was a big fan of Harry Potter growing up. I
Is
built
this a segue to English, John?
No, I will tell you guys about English John one day. But I built a Harry Potter fan website when I was a kid and things like that. So I was really into it.
Was it on GeoCities?
Angel Fire?
Yeah.
Did
That's
you have
even
like,
better.
so it wasn't a domain, it was just hosted
No,
on
I
something else?
eventually got a domain, but I had to build my audience.
What was the
first.
domain?
I don't remember.
Okay.
It was a long time ago. It was like 25 years ago
Jesus Christ,
or
man.
something like that. Like it was a lifetime ago for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
I remember specifically one time when one of the later Harry Potter books was coming out. They were doing a midnight release at Books A Million. And me and my buddies, we all went to the midnight release of Harry Potter at Books A Million.
Sounds wholesome.
Yeah. But I had a friend of mine who I'm not going to name in case he's listening. He may not want me to tell this story, but he was going through some shit in his life at this time. And
How old were you at this point?
20,
Okay.
21, somewhere in there.
Got it.
So,
Old enough to have a story about being shit-faced in line, apparently.
Oh.
yeah. So, well, we're going to get there. But like I said,
Spoiler alert.
my friend was going through some shit at this time, and he was a roommate, so he lived with us. And is Firefly a thing? Is that sweet tea vodka? Is it called Firefly?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So
Never heard of this.
Firefly
Delicious
was
and
this
dangerous.
sweet tea vodka that tastes much more like sweet tea than vodka.
Gotcha.
And my friend came home with a 5th of sweet tea vodka, Firefly.
Ooh.
And Jimmy, for context, he's about your size.
Okay. That's a problem.
Yeah, he's maybe a little bit taller than you, and like he might have 5 or 10 pounds on you.
Yeah, because if I had like 5 or 6 shots, that'd probably cause a problem at a Books A Million.
I get
That's incredible. We need to make that happen immediately.
So,
we need to meet Rowdy Jim.
So my friend knew that we were going to Books A Million at midnight for this midnight release, and he was excited about it too because he's a Harry Potter fan. But we found him so we had a townhouse that was a 3-level townhouse. So you walk in on the main level where the living room and the kitchen and like a little powder room is, and then there are 2 bedrooms upstairs, and then the downstairs had like a big bedroom. That was my bedroom, of course.
Of course.
But I also paid the lion's share of the rent. And
There you go.
so my friend was, I thought, upstairs, like getting ready for the evening. Nobody knew he had this 5th of vodka. And we were getting ready to leave, and I was going to go upstairs to find him. And he was like laying on the stairs,
Oh.
like just drinking this sweet tea vodka right out of the bottle.
Oh, man.
That's already a problem.
Man,
Yeah.
he must have been going through it.
He was going through some shit. He was by himself. He didn't tell any of us that he had this stuff. He didn't tell any of us that he was drinking.
That's scary.
But
like when it's a close friend that's doing that.
yeah, and he had to have consumed it very, very quickly because we didn't know if he had the whole bottle or what. And he,
Sure.
at this point, he was acting weird because he's laying on the stairs drinking this Firefly, but he wasn't like acting completely inebriated or anything like that. So we thought that maybe this was like the remainder of a bottle or something like that.
Oh man.
Asked him if he was ready to go. He said, yeah. So we get in the car and we're on our way to Books A Million, and it becomes apparent that he is very inebriated.
Oh.
But at this point, we're too far away from the apartment
yeah.
to go back and drop him back off without missing the midnight release.
Right.
So we just continue on. So we get to Books A Million, and if you guys, for those of you who have never walked into a Books A Million before, they've got the registers up front, and then they've got the books, and then at the very, very back, they've got like the magazine section.
Right.
Right. So the line is starting at the register, going back to the magazine section, then wrapping kind of around to like the encyclopedia and Bible section.
I haven't known of a book release that big ever. That's crazy.
Yeah, so we were in the magazine section. So we were like way back there. And we get in there, and my friend sits down Indian style, right? His legs crisscrossed. He's just sitting down, and he's not talking to anyone. He's not reading a magazine. He's not engaging with us in any way. He's just sitting there Indian style. And we see his head like go down, and he kind of slouches.
Ooh, I've been there.
So we were like, that's okay. He's probably better off this way. We'll just let him rest, and we'll let him know when it's time. Because at this point, we probably had to wait 30 or 45 minutes. But it's getting closer to time, so we're starting to try to stir him, and he's completely unresponsive.
Oh,
we're not even sure if he's breathing. Like, he's Indian style, passed the fuck out.
Oh.
So we start shaking him more vigorously, and we cannot get any response whatsoever. Can't get him to wake up. And at this point, so Harry Potter's a children's book.
Is that the first time anyone's ever been blackout drunk at a Books A Million?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Definitely not. Maybe if they're not homeless, potentially. But
Got it.
Certainly not.
Okay.
The reason that I point out this is a children's book is because there were other people there that were our age, but there were also some people that were much younger than us with their parents. So
Yeah.
They got robes on.
Yeah, there were moms around and families with children and things like that. And we're like shaking this guy, trying to wake him up. And like people are coming by and they're like, "Is he okay? Do we need to call 911? Is he okay?" We're like, "Yeah, he's fine."
He just does this.
Did anyone walk by and go, Leviosa?
No, that would have been great.
Oh, man.
That's a missed opportunity. So we cannot wake him up, and we don't know what to do. And I'm like, we can't just leave him here.
Yeah, you got to do something.
So there were four of us total, right? There's me, the drunk guy, and two other people, right? So the plan is one of the guys is going to go get the car. One of the guys is going to hold our spot in line, and I'm going to carry my friend out to the car. So
it's 120 pounds of dead weight, bud. That's a bad call.
And he's like dead weight, right? So I scoop him up, like cradle him like a baby, and I stand up with him. And he's just like, you guys listening on the podcast can't see me, but it's literally like just a dead body, like sprawled out.
My God.
Just dead weight. And I have to do the walk of shame from the back of Books A Million, from the magazine section, all the way up the front.
That's a long walk.
And all these moms are just like arms crossed, just like fucking disgusted with us.
So disappointed.
Yeah. I'm not even mad. I'm just disappointed.
It sounds like a similar scene to when me and my fiance went to go see Miley Cyrus on her Bangers tour.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So many disappointed moms.
Yeah. So I get him all the way up front. It was a laborious task. I'm exhausted by the time I get up there. And we get him in the back of my friend's car. And now we're concerned because we don't think they're going to let us buy all 4 copies of the book. We also don't want to leave him in the car by himself.
Right.
So we decide we are going to leave him in the car by himself. So we roll down the window to let him like have some air. And the other 3 of us get in line. And we're going to try to buy him a copy, but if not, like, fuck him. And so we wait in line, and we buy our copies, and we go back out there. And by the way, we get out there, and this truck, like, with a fucking huge rebel flag flying from the back of the truck, screeches through the parking lot in front of everybody. And this will tell you which book it was. I'm not making this up at all. They rolled down the windows, and to everybody who's walking out of the store, they scream, "Snape kills Dumbledore!"
Oh my
Jesus
god.
Christ.
And people were rioting.
That's incredible.
They
That
were
is.
so fucking mad.
That's a hero.
How did they read the whole book already?
I don't think they did. I think that
They
that
just turned to
spoiler
the back.
had. Yeah, I don't know.
That's incredible.
So
That's great.
so we get into. Sorry for the spoiler, by the way.
For those of you who don't know what Harry Potter is,
Yeah, right? I even knew that.
So the guy drives by, screams the stuff. This is obviously Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I just checked the date. It came out July 21st, 2007. So I was 21 years old. And we get back into the car, and he's still like passed out and non-responsive. So we don't know what to do. We're trying to decide, like, we can't get him to respond to anything, to even acknowledge that he's alive. So we're thinking about taking him to the ER. But he's been in some trouble lately, and we don't want to get him in more trouble, right? So one of the friends that I'm with decides the best idea is to call his mom, so who lives an hour away and is like gonna worry incessantly.
Right.
So he does that, and that was stupid. And like she tried to make him move out after that, and anyway, that didn't happen. But one of the group of us was much older than the rest of us. He was like 5 years older than us, and he was always the one that got us alcohol. He's like, no, he's totally fine. Let's just take him back to the apartment. We'll just keep an eye on him. He'll be fine. So long story short, we get my friend back to the apartment. We lay him down in a chair. We all pass the fuck out. The next morning, we're like, oh shit, is he alive? And we go and we wake him up, and he lived. But his
the
mom
boy
was
who
really mad.
lived.
I wouldn't think you'd be telling this story in such a lighthearted way if he died. So
True.
I'm glad. I'm glad he's alive, and you're not a weird
Man,
murderer.
that would have been incredible.
If he just was dead,
If he just wrapped this story up with, yeah, I don't think he would.
And that's how he died.
Yeah.
yeah, it turns out he didn't make it.
It's just like a dare campaign all of a sudden.
I feel like you really missed an opportunity there.
Yeah, what was that?
You instead of sending one man to get the car, and then having someone keep your place in line, and then you just fucking He-Manning him up to the front. You should have just weekend at Bernie's it, man.
Just dragged him up there,
Just
put some sunglasses on.
yeah, he wants a copy of the book too, and then just
Oh, I'm sorry for your ears if you're listening to this in
Yeah.
headphones, because that probably hurt.
Do you guys use like meal delivery services?
Not anymore.
I did when the pandemic was like everything was shut down.
Yeah, I recently got a DoorDash pass.
So, not a sponsor, but I also use DoorDash pretty frequently. And I gotta say, I've had some
Embarrassing, man.
embarrassing
It's so
DoorDash
embarrassing.
moments. So there's a really nice like taco / tequila shop that is,
It's like maybe a quarter mile.
I think it might be less than a quarter mile away. But sometimes you're just destroyed and you have a very particular thing that you want, and there's only one way to get it. So long story short, I ordered the tacos, and whoever picked that up got like a $10 tip for absolutely nothing. He drove like maybe 1,000 feet.
This isn't an isolated incident. This has happened at least 3 times.
No, yeah, I've done it a couple times.
And also, for further context, you also DoorDash Taco Bell, as you said before, which is also maybe a mile away.
Well, again, if you're door dashing Taco Bell at like 2 a.m., like, what do you think is going on?
What else is happening?
When it's actually time for fourth meal,
It's true.
yeah, you probably shouldn't be driving.
If you're
by.
driving to fourth meal, it's a
yeah,
problem.
that's you are erring on the side of illegality.
Right.
I'm door dashing responsibly, okay, when it comes down to
It's
it.
true.
Would you say door dashing responsibly is one of your catchphrases?
I mean, I could see that as a catchphrase, absolutely.
I think you can get charged with a DUI, dashing under the influence.
Nice.
Ew.
I do have many, though.
You have many what?
Catchphrases.
Could you give us an example?
Good opposite is the clearest example of a catchphrase from me.
That's probably my favorite.
Where did that come from?
We may have told the story on the.
Oh, we have.
Yeah.
Was that a bonus episode? I think that
remember.
was like maybe one of the first bonus episodes.
Oh,
where we,
yeah, taste good opposite.
yeah,
Yeah,
we went through that whole story.
Yeah, another reason you should subscribe to Patreon, because I'm pretty sure that was definitely one of the bonus episodes.
But long story short, I ate an edible that was hellacious in terms of taste.
Yeah, I got it from this random girl, and it was like this little tiny bit of a brownie, and I had it in the freezer to preserve it for like a month, and was like, "Oh shit, bro, we got edibles!" And Rob's like, "Hell yeah!" And then I pull it out of the freezer, and he's like, "What the fuck is this?" And I taste some of it, and I'm like, "This isn't great, but it'll do the job." And Rob is like,
This tastes good opposite.
yeah, he was already kind of obliterated, and he couldn't find any other words to say. That's what came out.
But now you can use it just anytime you want. Just if you're in a bad situation, instead of it being, "Hey man, I don't like being here," you can say, "I want to be here opposite."
Yeah, this feels good opposite.
Does Miyagi hands feel good opposite?
No. Miyagi hands feels good.
Feels good opposite for everyone
positive.
else. Yeah, good positive.
This feels good positive.
You got any more catchphrases?
I think your second one's probably "ay-ya-ya."
Ah, yeah, yeah.
That's not how you say that.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
No.
Yeah, so if we're obliterated and Rob orders DoorDash from a quarter mile away, and the doorbell rings, so go, "ay-ya-ya."
That was good.
That I really hope that the DoorDash person could just hear me from the other side.
And it's just muffled like,
like, what the fuck? Yeah, yeah.
Have we told the alternative laughing story yet?
I haven't heard this.
I don't know what the fuck
I don't
you're
think I
talking about.
have.
So we were at the Applebee's and we were having a good time. And Rob just looks at us and goes, "Hey man, what if we laughed like this?" And just starts going, "Ah, ba, 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 ba."
Oh, I remember this.
That's a
Oh, I
signature
forgot-
Rob thing to do
I
as
forgot
well.
all about that.
Oh my God, we did that for months.
And still, we still bust it out every once in a while, bud.
Holy shit, I forgot about that.
That feels like a lifetime ago.
It really does.
I like tried to make that an actual thing. I was trying to convert my laugh. Like I thought that was just going to be how I laughed from now
You're
on.
just walking around sounding like the aliens from Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
Hate I missed that.
Oh,
Was that
God.
before my time?
Yeah,
It
that was,
was.
I mean, that was probably what, like 8-ish months, maybe?
Bro, that was like 3 years ago.
No, before. No, that wasn't that long ago.
Oh, yeah. It was about 8 months
Got it.
before Jimmy.
So that's when Robin
BJ, if you
texts
will.
me hello at like 11 p.m. and I check his location. He's at Applebee's.
Yeah. It's around that time.
Yeah.
It was 8 months, BJ.
Could you imagine an 8-month BJ?
No, I could not.
That's terrifying.
Especially with
There's
Miyagi hands.
literally warnings in the commercials that if you experience an erection longer than 4 hours, to go see a fucking doctor.
Correct.
I think it would be like dissolved at that point. 'Cause you got like enzymes in your saliva that like,
Just a gummy puddle.
yeah. Man. What a way to go.
Is that you just say gummy puddle?
Yeah, it's a gummy puddle.
You
That's
know,
a
it's
lot.
Gummy in terms of texture and in
Ah.
puddle format.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Bitch condom is another one.
So I genuinely, I think this is a conversation we had while we were obliterated, where we were just talking about random shit, and one of us said bitch condom, and it just stuck. Is that correct, or was this before? Was this BJ?
I have no idea where bitch condom came from, but I know that it exists in today's society.
What does it mean?
It's just a reaction kind of thing. It's like Roll Tide if you're from Alabama. It really
I love
is.
that
You could-
comparison.
You could use it for everything.
I don't
Fucking
know
Roll
that
Tide.
that's quite the same.
No, it is.
Because, like, you can be like, hell yeah, brother, like, Roll Tide.
Bitch
I don't
condom.
think you can be like, hell yeah, brother, bitch condom.
It's
Like,
the same.
I don't think it is.
Just keep you,
Like,
you
hey,
just
brother.
try it.
Hey,
Roll,
brother,
Roll
I-
Tide makes no fucking sense.
Brother,
You
I just-
try it.
Brother, I just got a new truck.
Bitch condom.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Well,
Yes, it does.
sometimes I'll just be like passing by Rob, and I'll just be like, bitch condom.
It's kind of a greeting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bitch condom. Yeah.
See, that maybe makes more sense.
All right.
I don't know about a reactionary statement.
I mean, Roll Tide is a it's a greeting as well. You can use that shit for everything. I fucking love Roll Tide.
I'm about to say Roll Tide can literally that is. I don't. It's like aloha in Hawaiian. You can just use that shit for fucking anything. It's like, hey, thank you for this this fine steak, aloha. Thank you for the fine steak, Roll Tide.
That's true. I do not like the Alabama Crimson Tide as a football team. However,
but you appreciate their culture.
Roll Tide is the greatest shit I have ever heard. I love that so much.
It's pretty good.
Because it's just, they made it their, entire identity, and, that's just what they do down there. Just, you're going into a fucking gas station, you're getting your change from your fucking pack of Marlboro Reds, and then on the way out, you say, Roll Tide, brother. And the guy behind the counter says, Roll Tide.
Can
that's
you,
just what they do.
You think we can adopt bitch condom like this?
I think so.
I don't think it works the same.
Is that your goal for the podcast?
There's too many syllables.
Yeah, there's that, and then also it just.
I think "ayaya" would be easier.
Yeah, ayaya is far more agreeable.
We didn't get there. What's the origins of that? Isn't it like an anime?
It's you got to look it up on YouTube. Everyone look this up. It's this weird anime that there's this song that they do, and they just go. It's teenage girls that just go ayaya a lot, and I thought that shit was fucking hilarious while it was really high. It's been around since then.
So, have we ever done an episode dedication?
We dedicated some episodes to your mom.
Ew.
That's true.
We have.
That sounds like a bad joke, but it's not.
It's actually thank you, Jimmy's mom.
That was not a your mom joke. Thank you, Jimmy's mom. That's
True.
That's serious.
Thanks, Mom. So
hey, you're not supposed to dox her like that. We already talked about this.
Yeah, why'd you say her name
Why
like
are
that?
you using her real name?
sorry.
Cut.
Thanks, Jimmy's mom.
Thanks, Jimmy's mom.
All right. So I want to make an episode dedication here for the second time.
Who's it for?
I'd like to dedicate this episode to Betty White.
May she rest in peace.
True.
Can we take a moment of silence?
She
for
was
Betty White?
99, and
I guess
she
not.
died 2 weeks before she turned 100.
17 days, but yeah.
And did you know this? It's fucking crazy. People Magazine released a magazine 2 or 3 days ago that was celebrating 100 years of Betty White, and then she's like, haha.
Yeah, in all fairness, that's incredible comedic timing on her part.
And the same day they released a limited edition as well.
She's a master of her craft.
That's true.
I did see a meme, unfortunately, but it wasn't a funny haha meme. It was just a meme. And in her 99 years, she lived through 24 leap years.
Wow.
So if you count the extra day that she missed from those leap years, she was technically 100 years old in 7 days.
Oh, wow.
Well, there
pretty
you have
cool.
it.
So I think she made it. We're going to give her those last few days.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Happy
yeah.
birthday, Betty
Oh, yeah,
White.
yeah. Congratulations, Betty White.
Can we talk briefly about our plans for Edward 40 Hands?
Sure.
I'm ready.
All right, so we still have to test the technology to make sure that it works. But the plan is we're going to live stream video and audio of us doing Edward 40 Hands on our Discord server. So a few things. We did a tutorial earlier in the episode about how to subscribe to Patreon. Please do that. Also, we'd like for you to join us in Discord. So I'm going to put a link to our Discord in the show notes. You can click on it from there, or you can go to our website at appleboys.us or go to our Twitter page, and there are links to our Discord in all of those places. So when you click the link to the Discord, again, if you're on a mobile phone, it'll link you, if you don't already have Discord, to the app to download. It's a free app, free account. And if you're on a computer, it will link you to download the Discord software. And so Discord is basically a chat software where we have different channels. We got general discussion about episodes. We've got some gambling, got some places for memes and things like that. And so join the Discord, talk to us on there. It's a good place to share your ideas and talk with other like-minded people who listen to the podcast and things like that. But
Will we also upload it as a Patreon exclusive?
maybe. I don't know. I really, that's part of testing the technology is I don't know while we're live streaming if we can
I
also
certainly can record it
and how
Yeah.
good the quality will be and things. But Yeah, there's the possibility that it may be a patron exclusive to be able to view it later for those who can't be on there live, but would love to have as many people on there live as possible. So definitely join the Discord in advance so that you know how to get on and how to join. And that'll be cool. And then one other thing that I'd like to do as a part of the event is there is this thing called a POAP.
I don't know what that is.
Most people don't. It's very new.
Sounds like a weird test that you'd get when you're like 50.
I was thinking it might be something from the lady doctor, but
So
Yeah.
I think that's a pap smear.
oh, okay. I don't know what I don't
That's
know
also
what
what I
that
was
is either.
thinking of. Yeah.
A POAP smear?
I'm also don't know what that is. So
All right.
You
So
okay,
a POAP is a new way of keeping a reliable record of life experiences. So essentially, I'm going to create an event, and attached to that event is a NFT.
Ooh.
It's free to claim, and you can only get the NFT if you participate in the event. And so we have plans down the road for some Appleboys related NFTs that'll have utility and things like this. And this will be the first opportunity for you, our listeners, to get an NFT that's related to the Appleboys directly. And for the time being, there's not any direct immediate benefit to having the NFT other than just having it as a record that you attended this event. But down the road, I guarantee you there will be benefits associated with having been such an early participator in our first live community engagement event. So
How about maybe founder status?
maybe we'll talk about it. It depends on how many people attend, but
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
very, very possibly. If not founder status, then potentially an exclusive Discord title that no one will ever be able to get again in the future.
I like that. Yeah.
didn't
So-
we talk about founder status being able to slap Rob in the face anytime they see him in person?
Oh yeah, we did need to go over
We did
that.
talk
Yes.
about that. Yeah. So Rob has agreed that for anyone who signs up for founder status, you have to maintain founder status. And once you lose founder status, you can't get it back. So you have to stay on founder status. But if you subscribe on Patreon to founder status, anytime you see Rob in person, you are allowed to slap him as hard as you want in the face, one time per time that you see him. So you can't just slap him repeatedly. And he is not allowed to slap you back.
That is correct. Yes. That's a real thing.
It's a real thing. So for those of you who are local to the area and know Rob in person, there will be no assault charges. And you may slap him once per time that you see him as hard as you want in the face.
If it's at Applebee's, please let's just go to the parking lot so there's not a problem.
Yeah.
Better yet, let's not do it in the parking lot.
That's the best place to fight people. Is the Applebee's parking
I
lot.
mean, yeah, but
That
this
is
isn't
true.
a fight. This is just a, hey, buddy, smack.
Right. Even better.
So we'll be posting more information about the POAP details and the event details within Discord and on Twitter over the next few days. We really wanted to do this event on next Saturday, which is January the 8th, but I don't know that we're going to be able to pull everything together that quickly. So I think tentatively the Saturday after that, which is January 15th, if you guys want to mark your calendars for that, we would be starting probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 11 p.m. Eastern time, which is GMT -5. Yep. So Edward 40 Hands coming soon to a Discord near you. Please, in advance, go ahead and join our Discord. Send some messages just to get your feet underneath you. Make sure you're comfortable using it. And really, really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good time.
Hell yeah.
Special shout out to Jason for making the case of 40s happen for us.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And so anyway, we've gone over it already, but you can connect with us through patreon.com/Appleboys. You can go on Twitter, Facebook @AppleboysPod.
We also have a website.
Website.
Appleboys.us.
Yep. Appleboys.us. Absolutely. Join us on Discord. And like I said, we're so thankful for the things that happened for us in 2021 over the last 3 months or so. And can't wait to see what 2022 has in store for the Appleboys.
Like, I didn't expect our podcast to blow up or anything, and it hasn't, truthfully. But, like, I'm honestly shocked anyone listens at all.
I was about to say,
because-
it's gained more traction than I ever thought.
Oh, yeah. So,
Isn't it
For real.
incredibly validating to have people who aren't like direct family members listening to the podcast, and not just like, oh yeah, I'll check that out, but people who look forward to it coming out and tell us what they thought about it.
Yeah, I was about to say, and then look forward to talking to us about said
like-
Yeah.
episodes
That's
while we're
just-
at the bar.
That's just awesome. So
Love you guys.
thank you guys so much for
Yes.
that. And for season 2, the year 2022, we're going to end our podcast the same way we always have. Happy tonight.
Happy to know.
Happy tonight.
Happy tonight.